right, we back again. I am your host of Wake Athletic Wisdom and IQ. This is Trust the Word Network. And we're going to keep it pushing, keep it moving with the NBA. You know what I'm saying? A lot going on with the NBA right now. I can't say I'm 100% disappointed. I can't say I'm happy. I just don't believe that a lot of things could be true. I don't know if this is going to end up going any further, but I'm going to give you my thoughts on this gambling situation with Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Clifford Rozier. I'll give you my thoughts on that. And then we're going to talk about some basketball because, that's what we're here to talk about is sports, not talk about criminal activity, you know what I'm saying? Gambling situations, they always want to say the league is involved, could be the league involved, blah, 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 blah. I got people who have been telling me they think his sports is rigged for years. I'm going to go over a couple of things I believe because facts say that these things are true. Number one, we ain't never going to see Pete Rose again. What I mean by that is we never going to see one of the best players in the sport cheating big bullet, sub bullet, we will never see the best player in a sport cheating, we will never see him cheating by point shaving, we will never see him cheating by betting on himself to lose. We will never see the best player. This is one of the best top players in the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. One of these guys cheating to the tune of, I'm gonna do this for bookies and sports betting purposes, so I can make money off of sports betting. The reason why that's not gonna happen is because the money is too high in these sports now that the players make so much money that players don't need to do these things because, let's be honest, let's just take Terry Rozier as an example. Terry Rozier decided he was going to take himself out of a game and then told his homies or his family or whoever to go bet on the under because I'm taking myself out the game. I'm going to fake an injury. If this is what happened, allegedly, this is what happened. These things happen. Big flow of money goes into this thing that doesn't usually get a bunch of big flow of money into it, and then red flags start going up. You can't make enough money doing that type of thing to sustain you compared to your salary, especially not in the NBA. You make too much money to be worried about the amount of money that you're going to get off of something like that. Now, a couple $100,000, yeah, but he's splitting that with somebody because somebody else has to do the legwork for him. You see what I'm saying? Somebody else has to make the bet. So if that's the case, then he's got to split money. That means you're not going to be able to do this in one shot, and you're not going to be able to bet $20 million on a guy to take the under. And then that happens. And then they don't see it. They're going to see it. You see what I'm saying? So basically the point I'm trying to make is there's too much money in your salary for you to be worried about this money. Also, it has to be too many transactions. You're going to have to do this a bunch of times. Eventually, you're going to get caught because it's going to be a string. It's going to be a paper trail of it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, these guys gamble because they wasn't making no money off of sports. The athletes. Pete Rose would cheat, maybe, yeah, because he's not making Aaron Judge money. He's not making that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, guys make so much more money, it's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? The league is monitoring it. The FBI is monitoring it. And what the league can't see, as far as the names of the people, probably is what I would guess. This is just my guess. The names of the people, the FBI can see that, so they know. The league probably did an investigation, looked at his phone, they couldn't see anything, but he's talking to people that he knows, so the FBI knows who made those bets. You see what I'm saying? The FBI knows who made those bets. So if they know, they can get that information to the league, and the league's obviously cooperating because the league wants to keep the integrity of the game. So too much will collapse and crumble if this was something that the league was okay with or involved in. It would destroy the league. It destroys their credibility. These things happen usually because it's small groups of people who are doing it. You know what I'm saying? Who have, let's just get into some of the reasons why this happens. Players and coaches have family that's leaning on them. You may not need it, but you got other people who might need it. And you can't afford to give yours up because you got something going on with you. You know what I'm saying? The player or the coach involved in this has bad habits. They run up money that they're supposed to use for something else, and then they need to try to cover it on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Not betting. They didn't lose a whole bunch of money betting. They lost a whole bunch of money on something else because they got bad habits. You see what I'm saying? And then they decide, well, I'm gonna go gamble and get this little bit of money back. And then they start trying to fix things so they can make sure that they win. Cheaters never win. Let me tell you something about cheaters never win. People who cheat at sports always take the dive. You not finna cheat and bet on something that ain't a sure thing. So if they cheat, they gonna lose. People always say, oh, they cheating. Nah. Cheaters don't cheat to win. Cheaters cheat to lose more times than they cheat to win. That's my philosophy. People who cheat, they're going to take the L and bet on themselves to take the L and then take the win. So, other reasons why this happens. Guys is in debt. Lack of investments. You know what I'm saying? You don't invest your money, you're in debt, you ain't got nothing to pull from. You know what I'm saying? And the other two things that are real important to me, why this happens. Guys are either hurt habitually, which means they're hurt a lot and it's hindering their ability to stay in the league because they're trying to get better and they pushing their body maybe too much and just maybe their body can't take the stress of being a pro at this level. You know what I'm saying? Which happens and there's no shame in that. It's just your body can't hold up to the regimen, which is blended in with guys having a short career or they wash out. Sometimes guys have a short career. Maybe he gets hurt, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he plays for a couple of years. Maybe his, not his skills, but his athleticism and his talent fail him. You see what I'm saying? Or guys just wash out completely because they're mental. They're good, but mentally they can't handle the situation, so they wash out. And all those things are real life things, real people things. You know what I'm saying? That could happen to anybody, regardless of how good you think they are or how bad you think they Um, and you don't. These guys get classes on how to invest their money and things like that, and help and assistance with all kinds of stuff like that. But at the same time, these guys are regular people, man. This happens. But is this the mass majority of athletes in any sport? No, it is not. No, it is not. And there's lots of people involved. They said they arrested about 30 people. These are the biggest people that they arrested. These are the most actively linked people to the league that they could have put up there and said, hey, these are the guys that are tripping. These are the guys that are doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that this is going to go much further. People might be surprised at who some of these other names are, some of these celebrities, whatever it has to go to do with that. Chauncey and Damon, they fixing the card games, bringing in people, you know, unsuspecting and using spy equipment to cheat and take advantage of them. And, you know, sharing, Damon Jones sharing the information about the availability of guys who could be LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? It's like these things, they do affect, I mean, obviously, rigging a card game is going to affect winning, but winning, that's something that's away from basketball, at least. Sharing that exclusive information is, I mean, like I said, these things to me, because I know how much money you can make off of these things, but if you was to make 20 million or 30 million off of these things and doing this, you'd have been caught a long time ago. It's only been a 2-year investigation, and it's probably only an investigation because they found that there was something that they needed to investigate, but it wasn't much. And they got to the bottom of it real fast. That's usually how that works. FBI is not going to investigate something for a long, long time unless they can't prosecute you. 2 years, they should have a case. 5 years, they definitely got you. They got you. If they've been investigating you for 5 years or more, you can hang it up. And they blew the whistle on you and then they come get you, yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Terry taking himself out of games. FBI can see all the money move. The league saw it too. You know what I'm saying? Gilbert Arenas over here trolling people. He need to be careful saying what he's saying right now, in my opinion. This could be something that's nothing, but I would not want to cut my computer on one day and see Gilbert Arenas found. I didn't want to think about it. These guys that Chauncey Billups, for sure, Damon Jones, is that they hooked up with is definitely some real guys that they naming the names on the news of the crime families that they naming. This is some stuff out the movies. These guys, the names that these mobsters, these mafia members, the names of their families is some stuff straight out of the Godfather, out of Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying? These guys ain't went nowhere. They've been around since the 60s, 50s. You know what I'm saying? It's something. It's something you don't want to get involved with. And if you didn't snitch, Gilbert, if you kept your mouth shut when you got caught doing the same thing, because the first thing I thought of when Gilbert got caught was that he's involved with the mafia. This is what the mafia do. This is what the mafia do. They have card games. Some of them are legit, and some of them ain't. That's just how it goes. But, man, stay out of it. If you ain't in it, stay out of it. I have reason to believe you lying. I think you might be snitching. I think you said something. I don't think it's a coincidence that this happened right after you got caught. I don't think so at all. My advice to you, shut up. But this is what happens when your information that you give, and this is one of them crimes where it's like you don't really have to testify. They might, in murder situations, somebody got to testify because they might not have a body. They might not have somebody, they might not have a witness to what happened, and they just know that this person's gone. So they might need you to testify. Yeah, this is how it happened. This is what they did after they did it to him. But with this, you don't really need, they just say, hey, man, all right, bet. We'll keep looking. You know what I'm saying? Or they probably got 90% of the information. They just wanted you to confirm something. You know what I'm saying? Not something you got to testify for because they got a whole bunch of other information that you don't even know about. Like I said, I got reasons to believe that he might have said something, but if you ain't say nothing, man, you need to keep your mouth shut, because that ain't the type of politics you want to be involved in. It's a 2-year investigation. If they moving now, and now I've heard that it is an indictment that they brought down on all 3 of these guys. All 3 of these guys have an indictment. So this doesn't look good. It doesn't look good if they're taking it to court. And I don't think they didn't really have a leg to stand on if the FBI is looking at you anyway, and then they arrest you. So like I said, y'all indicted. And ain't no more, we ain't questioning nothing. You arrested, and we bringing down the indictment. But you can't pay the best players enough to do these type of things. So that protects the integrity of the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think guys are going to just be running around here cheating when they're making hundreds of millions of dollars, and they cheating and point shaving and doing things like that for tens of thousands of dollars. Sounds like debt to me. But moving on to actual basketball. Enough of that. Actual basketball. Favorites in the NBA. Like a lot of teams. Seeing a lot of good things. You know what I'm saying? OKC. Obviously, my squad, OKC, starting off 3-0. Good start to the season. Showing that they not, that they still in championship form, and they not giving them nothing easy. They not giving them nothing easy. And beat 2 tough opponents. Came out and handled Atlanta last night. Really good job. Just looking at favorites right now because it's early. Everybody only played 2 games, so I ain't going in depth on that. Golden State, very aggressive. Another favorite of mine to start the season. Just early favorites that I see going to look strong in the playoffs if they stay healthy. Golden State. Excuse me. Golden State. Looking real good. Steph going crazy on them. And Jimmy Butler is molding into that team where the way I expected him to. After watching him play last year in a short season with him, he's definitely gone the extra mile and made sure he's woven himself into that team. San Antonio has the best basketball player in the NBA today. I am talking about the alien. I got something for him. Shout out to the alien. Shout out to the alien. Brother Victor Wembanyama is an absolute freak of nature, and he is the best player in the league right now. going out on not really a limb to say that, but especially when we got Shea. Love Shea to death. But when you got a guy who's 7'4", who shoot threes, and is starting to play a little bit like a skinny Shaq or a Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now we got two Giannis's, and one of them taller. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is gonna be interesting to see over here in San Antonio, and they got a team that's ready for the challenge. They ready to go through that fire, the same fire that Oklahoma City went through. They ready to play through that, so they can go be a championship team too. So it's gonna be interesting. Philadelphia. Oh my goodness gracious. Edgecombe and Maxey. Edgecombe and Maxey. Sound like a new detective show. They finna be busting heads taking names. You know what I'm saying? Edgecombe and Maxey. We ain't worried about Embiid. We ain't worried about Paul George. Y'all stay on the team. Y'all do whatever y'all got to do. But let me tell you right now, that backcourt right there is built for success. No doubt about it. New York as well. New York is my last favorite. I love the team. Same team, basically. Added Jordan Clarkson. Mike Brown. Good move at coach. And now everybody out the way. I don't want to say out the way, but the two other guys that you would have the hardest time beating is gone. Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton. New York should be the favorite to win the East. They're battle tested in the playoffs, and they have either the number 1 team or the number 2 team in the East. Top 3 for sure. You know what I'm saying? So definitely should be favored to win the East. Standouts. Watching the Bucks though. Watching the Bucks real close. I want to see how that team look. You know, with Giannis, they didn't really make a whole lot of moves, but I want to see what they do, because it's not like they without talent, and a lot of those guys have been playing with them for a while, so we'll see how that looks later in the season. Cooper Flag, not very impressed with Cooper Flag. Wasn't very impressed with him in college. A lot of people thought he should have been number 1. I didn't. Cooper Flag has transformed his game so he can play a little bit more like a traditional 3 and maybe even a 2 guard. That changes a lot. Now, when you got a guy like him with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis, that becomes a very, very interesting situation. Very interesting situation, because he can actually handle the ball and distribute the ball. If he can initiate pick and roll, look out, man. Look out, because it's gonna get crazy. I like to see that he's elevated his hit ball handling, because I thought that was gonna be a problem for him. He didn't face a lot of pressure, and when he did face pressure in college, he gave the ball up or he turned it over. So kudos to him for fixing that part of his game. What it seems to be like, he's worked really hard on that part of his game. Watching the Pelicans, they got Derek Queen and Zion. I want to see what that looks like. I want to see what the development looks like, because I feel like he can help him a lot. Zion can help Derek a lot. Houston needs to grab a free agent or something and get them a point guard. I do not trust this situation of them not having Fred VanVleet, and I was very high on Fred VanVleet last year. Felt like he had an upside, and now he's hurt. I felt like with that team that he had, it was already looking real good, and then they go pick up KD. Great. Then he gets hurt. Worst thing possibly happened. They need a point guard. They need a guy who plays guard for real. Making these guys better is always an option. You want Ausar Thompson or Amen Thompson to get used to handling the ball. You want a couple of these other guys handling Reed, Shepard. But, man, you need a point guard. Go trade somebody for one of the extra point guards, or please go get a point guard in free agency, because y'all ain't going to last till the All-Star break like this. It's not going to last. I think they're a really good team, but I don't think that's going to last if they keep doing that. They're gonna need some help. Minnesota, same thing. Mike Conley is struggling out there. So they need some more ball handlers. Can't have an Ant-Man handling the ball all the time. Shout out to Mike Conley, because Mike Conley is a monster. I wish you the best. You know what I'm saying? He's I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, obviously. Not eventually, though, probably. But he's man. Mike Conley, man. He's not gonna be enough for them anymore. He's not gonna be enough. You gotta cut his minutes, and you gotta get a new guy in there. Clippers have a very, very savvy team. I'm saying savvy because that means old. But they savvy, man, and I'm interested to see how they make this team look, how they make these wins look, how they make this make sense. They're still very good defensively. They didn't really lose anything, but they have lost some of the youth. Got rid of Terrence Mann. He's in Brooklyn now, and I just think that they really. I just want to see how they make it work. I want to see how they make it work. I don't think that it's going to be a problem. I think they got enough firepower and enough quality ball players that they can make it work. I just want to see how it looks and see if it looks like it can win in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Cavs, question mark. They 500 right now. Who knows? Who knows with the Cavs? Teams made moves. They haven't lost a whole lot as to compared to some of these other teams, like Boston and Indianapolis. They haven't lost a lot, but who are they going to be this year? Last 2 years, they've gone through some maturation. What is this third iteration look like? What does it look like? I'm interested to see what they do. Lakers, you're not going to outscore everybody. Eventually, you're going to have to stop somebody. And I don't know if they can still. It's early. I'm not going to jump to no conclusions. I hate doing early stuff anyway. I want to see y'all play a little bit, and then I'll break down what y'all do. You see what I'm saying? But Lakers, you're not going to outscore everybody. And letting Luka score 60 is not going to get it done. And I got news for you. When LeBron come back, everybody's supposed to be, oh, yeah, it'll be easy. Everything be easy. No, look, LeBron going to be screaming at y'all. He watching the games looking like he about to start screaming because he know. But when he get out there with y'all, it's going to be different. I guarantee you. He's going to be, hey, Y'all killing me. And I don't know if he's going to want to come back to, not like he's not going to. He's going to come back, but he ain't going to want to come back to giving up 120 points a game. I know that's a fact. So we'll see. Hopefully they can get that ironed out. But from what I can see thus far, JJ Redick, you are not a defensive coach. Not a defensive coach. But we'll see what can he do to make this work. Because there's a lot of games that are winnable games. There's a lot of games. Yeah, I mean, you won 50 games. What you want him to do? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, in the playoffs, might end up closer to playoff time. Might be a little important. But that's all I got for y'all, man. That's all I got for y'all. Thunder up, man. We ain't losing the crown. We ain't stepping off the throne. We ain't going nowhere no time soon. We trust the work and we keep it moving. That's what we gonna do. So, I'll holler at y'all. See if these picks work out. Till next week, trust the work. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Take it easy.